Hello, I'm Loreena McKennitt, and this is to all my fans here in Argentina. Volver la Macria.
Tenemos el placer y el honor de estar con Loreena McKennitt, una artista de música celta, pionera en el género. Thank you, Loreena, for this interview.
I'm delighted to be here.
Para nosotras, descubrir tus primeros discos en los 90 fue la gran puerta a la música celta, a la magia de otros tiempos.
For us to discover your music in the 90s, your first albums was a big door to the Celtic world. The Celtic music.
Escuchar tus canciones nos llena de emoción y sos la pionera en hacer conocer esta música, por lo menos aquí en Argentina.
Listening your music feels full of emotion.
Entonces, ¿cómo te sientes siendo una de las más referentes artistas de la música celta?
How do you feel being one of the most important artists of the Celtic music?
Well, I think I never think of myself in that way. My focus and inspiration is largely I'm curious about the history of the Celts and many other subjects that I try to realize through my music. So I don't spend a lot of time thinking about my position as an artist in the world.
¿Qué lugar tiene la música en tu vida?
What place takes music in your life?
Music is an extraordinary medium. I would say that I have been drawn to music on many levels. One has been as a sort of a soothing or to inspire a mood or a feeling, and I know other people have used my music in that way.
Si hubieras nacido en otra época, ¿en cuál te hubiese gustado vivir?
If you were born in another time, in which time would you like to?
I'm asked this question from time to time. I've learned to be cautious about, living in other times because it's easy to romanticize periods of time. Life was very difficult in previous centuries. But I think there's, there are aspects of maybe about 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. It has to do with the scale and the tempo of life and communities.
Victorian time, romanticism.
Yes. But I also know that there are advantages of this time and disadvantages.
Of course. Sabemos que tenés una granja en Canadá y la pregunta es ¿dónde te sentís más plena y qué preferís? ¿El estudio de grabación, la granja o un show en vivo?
We know you have a farm in Canada. Where do you feel more comfortable? In the farm, in the record studio, or in a show?
Live show.
In a live show?
Oh, on the farm.
Okay, I knew that. Una pregunta, one question, one word in answer, okay? ¿Las grandes ciudades o los bosques?
Big cities or forests?
Forest.
We are a theater group. ¿Música o libros?
Music or books?
Oh.
Okay. ¿Cantar o tocar el arpa?
Singing or playing the harp?
Probably singing.
Cantar.
Mm-hmm. ¿Un país en el mundo?
One country in the world?
Oh, that would be hard to say. One country in the world?
Yeah.
I don't think I could choose.
It's difficult.
I mean, I live in Canada,
yeah.
And there are many beautiful and wonderful things about living in Canada. There are the things that it doesn't embody as richly in some ways as other places, but that's how life is,
¿Y una ciudad? ¿La sede?
Oh, a city. That is hard to choose as well. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in London, but maybe it can be just that I'm most familiar with London. I like cities that are mixed. I mean, the thing about large parts of London, aside from there are many wonderful parks, a large part of London was built on small villages. And so you have this small community, and then you have the next small community, and I feel that that's a very humane way of urban development. But I don't think it's unique just to London. I think there are many cities that have been built.
Your place in the world, es decir, tu lugar en el mundo.
My place in the world, I have no idea.
I love it.
I have no idea. Again, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about things from that perspective. I have my work in front of me, and I get on with it. I've never had a manager in the traditional sense, so I am the artist, but I'm also the manager of a small record label, an artist that has an international capacity. So I run a little small international company. So it's an interesting, but that's largely what I think about.
Esta es la pregunta que le hacemos a todos los artistas que entrevistamos. ¿Cómo te preparás antes y qué sentís durante y después de cada show?
Performance is the peak of the day, and I shape my day around making sure I'm in the best physical and emotional shape for those hours. So I often run, I become very selective about, and there's just during a tour about what I'm eating and enough rest. Once the concert starts, it for me is it's a bit like the stage, and the whole situation is a bit like a sanctuary of friends, and where something very special happens, and I'm quite protective of that time and that environment, and want to make sure that I'm able to do my very, very best, and that even though I may sing the same song night after night, I always am looking for something fresh, some new experience to bring.
And
after the show. Oh, well, usually after the show, it depends. I mean, if I'm in a position to meet people, I often meet them. I usually feel quite invigorated. I seldom feel tired. And, it takes me a while before I can go to sleep.
Pero generalmente sale bastante cansada, así que trata de...
A lot of energy.
Yes.
In each show.
Also touring, no matter whether it's a long or short tour, I treat myself almost like an athlete first and an artist second, because if I treat myself like an athlete, because performing is very, very physical, then my tools, my body or whatever, is at a very strong state that I can then interpret and do what I want to do.
Es tu primera visita a la Argentina. ¿Cuáles son tus expectativas con tus fans y el público argentino?
This is your first time in Argentina. What do you expect from your fans, from the people from Argentina?
I don't know. We'll see.
We are very, very warm.
That would not that would not surprise me, but I don't want to be presumptuous, or I leave it to the discretion of those people who listen to my music to respond in whatever way they feel appropriate.
Buenísimo. Y bueno, para finalizar, un mensaje que quieras darle a tus fans de Argentina y volver a la magia.
To finish, a message you want to give for all the fans from Argentina and from the people who listen Volver a la Magia, the radio show.
We're just absolutely delighted to be here finally. I feel badly that it's taken us this long to come to Latin America, in particular to Argentina. I've had the distinct pleasure and privilege of staying here now 4 days, which is unheard of for me on tour. We never get to stay anywhere. And it's been deeply fascinating to be able to study more of Argentina history and meet people and learn more about the culture. I mean, clearly in just 4 days you can only scratch the surface, but it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I hope that we'll be able to return again.
Y por último, bueno, nuestro programa se llama Volver a la Magia, traducirse lo que quiere decir.
The radio show is called Back to the Magic.
Oh, I see.
Entonces, para ella, ¿qué es lo que la hace volver a la magia?
For you, what makes you going back to the magic?
It is hard to say, sometimes, and I mean, I'm sure a person can interpret that many different ways. But for me, there's something about music and creativity that has a magical aspect to it that I witness and I'm part of, but I can't say I own it. And that's very magical for me.
Y ahora le agradecemos a Loreena.
Hello, I'm Loreena McKennitt, and this is to all my fans here in Argentina. Volver la Magia.
Thank you very much.